Hi there everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Donna and today we're doing another foundation review, but it's drugstore foundation and really affordable. It's the new Maybelline Fit Me foundation. So if you want to see a try on, first impressions, and a check-in at the end of the day about this foundation, then keep on watching. All my socials and everything I'm going to be wearing on my face are going to be listed in the description down below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you like my content. So with this foundation, we're going to dive right in. It says it's going to hydrate and smooth. It's for normal to dry skin, and it has vitamin E and SPF 18 in it as well. It says it has a natural finish, and it hydrates and smooths skin texture. So there is another Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and that's the matte version, but this is the new one that is more hydrating. I do have other foundations from Maybelline, like I have the Color Stay here, I have the stick form of it, and then I have these two here, the Dream Radiant Liquid and the Dream Urban Cover. And I've used these quite a few times on my channel. This one's like almost empty. I think this is the one I really super like. And it also has SPF 50, and that one doesn't seem to bother my skin. In all of them, I'm in the shade 120, Classic Ivory. So that's what I got for this one. And so we're gonna try it on right now. I've shaken it just a bit. And on one side of my face, I'm gonna use a brush. And on the other side, I'm going to use a sponge. So that way we can see how, different application kind of affects the wear of this guy. Okay, so it screws off, which is, oh my gosh. And it just pours out. Is that what we're doing? Okay, it just pours out. That's new. Really? Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna go maybe just like right onto the sponge like this. Okay, I got a little bit here. So I'm gonna do sponge on this side. I got my handy dandy mirror. This is from the Malibu Barbie ColourPop collection that I just did a video on. I'll link it up here in the corner for you guys to check out. Such a great collection. I need a little bit more foundation. So it doesn't say anywhere on the bottle what kind of coverage it is, if it's full coverage, medium coverage. So I'm not too sure. I just like that it's hydrating. I just like that part. That gets me. Yeah, the color it's my color. It's very close to the other Classic Ivory. So if you have other Maybelline foundations, that's a good thing for you. You know exactly which color, which shade you should get. I'll also put the color range that they have for this foundation right here so that you guys can see. So this has foundation on, this is nothing. So you can see when I always talk about that discoloration, there's a bit here and on my upper lip as well. It is a very natural finish, I'll say that much. I'm gonna try to build it a little bit. So when it comes to sponges, they don't exactly give me the fullest coverage, at least for me. I don't know, it's so natural, I can barely tell that I'm wearing anything. Isn't that, I guess that's a good thing? Your skin should look better after putting on makeup, I feel. Okay, so there we go. This is the application side. This has the sponge. I really like it so far. Not exaggerating anything. I do look dewy, but again, the sponge is a little wet. And let's give the foundation a second to kind of settle and do its thing. And I'm going to use a brush on this side. I'm not a super fan of the way that the bottle doesn't even have a pump or anything. I find that kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe I guess the original one did that. Like I said, I never had the original Fit Me from Maybelline because it's matte. And I don't do matte. And I never take it up so close under my eye. But I just moisturized and eye creamed and everything. So I feel confident that it's not going to do a bad job. And it's not going to accentuate my wrinkles. And I didn't say it in my intro like I meant to. But I said it in one of my other videos. The goal of my channel is just to show this makeup on a real person. Not a makeup artist. It's a real person with real skin. If this stuff works, how easy it works, and if it's for the regular consumer, honestly. All right, so this is the brush side right here, and this is the sponge side. I had to use a way less product on the brush side. I poured a little bit into my glass here, and I just dotted around, and I feel like I even have, not too much, but I have just enough. I was able to blend it around, and it's fine. Come a little closer for you guys. I look very dewy, you can see that. I haven't put anything else on my face. I don't have any highlighter. It's just a little bit of the light shining. I have some LED lights, but they're not ring lights. So obviously you can see my real skin, and it's not meant to, they're not beauty lights at the end of the day. They're meant to show makeup application. They're not meant to flatter that much. I just like the fact that they're a white light. So it feels a little tacky on my face, but I don't feel oily or greasy or anything like that. I don't even feel it on my face. It does feel very light. So I do appreciate that. I do like the coverage. I would definitely say this is a medium coverage. It really evened out the discoloration that I have here. And it's sitting okay in my nose. I feel like it just filled in a lot of my pores. I feel like I can see like little beige dots because of my pores. But then again, I have a lot of blackheads on my nose. So I could have done a better job of exfoliating maybe today. But I like the way it's sitting on my forehead. And I didn't use a primer either. And I did that on purpose because I just wanted to see what the foundation does kind of itself. And like I said, I had just moisturized and everything. So I feel like that would have just been way too much all at once. So I'm going to go put on a full face of makeup, and then we're going to see how other products wear on top of this, because that's also a very huge factor when looking at a foundation, because if it doesn't mix well with other things, then well, what's the point? All right, everybody, so I'm back with my full face done. I'm going to go through really quickly the products I use, kind of how it's wearing on top. I went in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder, just kind of like all over. And then went in with the Essence matte bronzing powder here, the Essence blush here. Everything will be listed down below as well. I went in with the Milani highlighter here. That I used a brush, and I also used the Blendiful to kind of diffuse it. So I used a couple of different products kind of on my face for today. For my eyebrows, I went in with my L'Oreal Infallible like I always do. And I used the Bare Necessities palette today on my eyes. I don't have much drugstore eyeshadow. I'm not a huge fan of it. This is one of my favorite palettes from ColourPop. It's fantastic. This Silk Teddy is, I would rebuy this whole palette just for this one right here. And make sure you stay subscribed to my channel, because I have another giveaway for ColourPop coming up real soon as I get my box that has the new, the new one that just came out, the golden one or whatever it was called. I have an extra one of that, and that's a giveaway coming up. So make sure you stay tuned for that video. And then my standards, I went in with my Wonder Beauty eyeliner and my Urban Decay Perversion mascara, and actually a new lipstick, believe it or not. This is from L'Oreal, the new Confident that they have. I have a few different shades, but I went with this one today. This is it right here. Very creamy. This is in the shade 172. So as I was applying all my makeup and just kind of like taking my time and just, enjoying the morning and the process, I have to say I really like how it's sitting on the skin. I really like that lipstick too. But obviously the skin is a lot smoother. I've put a lot of powder and things on it right now. It's not caking. It's not bunching. I don't see any creasing here. It's not going dewy. I don't feel like it's oxidized at all. Like I feel like don't mind my burn there. I don't think that the shade has changed, which I really appreciate. And yeah, I think this is even better than the Super Stay that I have from them. But again, that's like a 24-hour wear. Like that's in a whole different category. But I like the finish on this. And it's definitely medium to full coverage, I would say. All the products that I'm wearing on top are not adding any texture, which I appreciate. And I guess at this point, the next phase is just to see how it wears throughout the day, if it's going to deteriorate, if it's going to go dewy, or whatever is going to happen with it. So I'm going to post right here my check-in at the end of the day. So it's literally like 8 in the morning and that I'm filming this. So this is going to be like a super long check-in because I usually go to sleep around like 11 o'clock. Hey there, everybody. So I'm doing my check-in. It's 10 o'clock at night. So this foundation has been on my skin for 14 hours. And as you can see, I'm looking kind of dewy. I've been inside most of the day and I didn't retouch my powder or anything. And I don't necessarily feel greasy. My forehead is a little bit, but see, my T-zone is really that area where I do get oily. I don't have any creasing around. It looks like a really natural finish. I was looking at myself really closely, in the mirror over there. Pardon the absolute disaster. This is the behind the scenes that you guys don't see when I'm filming. But yeah, everything is looking really nicely. I would be curious if I had powder throughout the day, how I would kind of wear. But so far, I really like it. And I don't feel like it's worn off. I was wiping my nose, had a little bit of allergies and stuff like that. The eyeshadow hasn't creased or anything. I did put eye primer though, so that's why. But it's ColourPop and I just love that. But so far, this Maybelline foundation, I really like it and I have to give it another go. But for right now, I give it a thumbs up. Alright, everybody, so that's it for me. My final thoughts on this product as of right now, I really like it and I am very eager to try it again. I'm so glad that it finally came in and I can try it and review it for you all. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you like my content. And YouTube should be recommending to you some other videos of mine. I have a lot of other unboxings and makeup reviews. I have a ton of foundation reviews. I know you're going to find something there you're going to enjoy to watch and maybe even learn something. I hope you and your families are all doing well, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye, everyone.